Well, tonight, Governor Janet Mills is expected to deliver her State of the State address.
She will deliver it to both the House and Senate tonight at 7 o'clock. But in a non-traditional move, the governor has already delivered the first half of her address in writing to House and Senate lawmakers this morning.
News Center Maine's Jack Mulmet is in Augusta with the latest on what the governor has so far highlighted. Hi, Jack.
Chris and Amanda, the governor said that she wanted to deliver her State of the State in two separate parts, she says, because of the unprecedented year we experienced in 2023. That first part that she delivered to the House and Senate earlier this morning in writing really covers that fiscal note, those policies that she wants the legislature to adopt during the second half of this session. That includes housing, childcare, and drug use recovery. Now, she first noted that Maine is expected to see a $265 million in revenue by 2025. At that same time, the years following are expected to be lower in revenue. Because of this, she is proposing to save $100 million in that revenue. She says the state forecasts, quote, painful cuts, end quote, if they are not smart about spending. But when we do talk about spending, Mills says she is earmarking $16 million to help homeless Mainers. She wants to see that money go to fund more emergency shelters and low-barrier shelters in addition to transitional housing. And for the past several weeks, homeless shelters around Maine have called for more funding, or we could see homeless resources in the state start shutting down later this year.
It's very cold out. We have an emergency shelter system that, because of the increased demand for emergency shelter, is facing more and more budgetary challenges. So to see that prioritized in her budget is really excellent and really important to keeping that infrastructure going for people in need and to make sure that they are safe and in a place and that they are warm.
And that was Democrat Representative Tracy Geer of Biddeford. She sits on the Housing Committee, and so she's had to hear many of that testimony from homeless shelters saying that they desperately need that money. Now, this is not the end of the State of the State, this first part that we saw in the morning. There is a second part coming up later this evening where the governor is expected to talk about the Lewiston mass shooting and the ongoing recovery we're seeing from those devastating flooding events that impacted most of the state of Maine. For now, we're live in Augusta. Jack Mulmet, News Center Maine.
All right, Jack, thanks so much. And just as a reminder, that second part of the State of the State address tonight, you will be able to watch that live right here on air and online. And again, it starts at 7 o'clock.